Okay, so for this one, I did the opposite of subtracting, which is adding. So I did plus 8. And then what I do on the left side, I do on the right side. So I did plus 8 here too. And then the negative sign and the subtracting sign and the adding sign cancel each other. So then we're left with x. And then we do 29 plus 8, which is 37. So x is equal to 37. And to check if you're correct, you do 37 minus 8 equals 29. So for this one, I'm gonna do the opposite of subtracting, which is adding. So I do plus 20, and what I do on the left side, I do on the right side. So then the subtracting and adding sign cancel each other, so we're left with x. And then 42 plus 20 equals 62. So x equals to 62, and to check if you're correct, you do 62 minus 20, which is equal to 42. Okay, so for this one, I simplified it. So the opposite of subtraction is adding. So I did x plus 7 equals 30. And then the opposite of adding is subtracting. Yeah. So I did negative 7, and what I do on the left side, I do on the right side. So the subtracting and adding sign cancel each other, so we're left with x. And then 30 minus 7 equals 23. And to check if you're correct, you do 23 plus 7 equals 30. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do the same thing as I did to the last one. And the opposite of subtracting is adding. So I'm going to also simplify it. So it's going to be plus x plus 12 equals negative 5. And then the opposite of adding is subtracting. So I'm going to do minus 12. And then what I do on the left side, I do on the right side. So then we're left, we cross this out, but now we're left with x. So negative 5 minus 12 equals negative 17. So x equals to negative 17. And if we check if we're correct, we do negative 17 plus 12, which equals negative 5. So for this one, I did negative 17. And then what I do on the left side, I do on the right side. So I did 17 here, negative 17 here too. And then this equals x, but basically that. And we do negative 1 equals to, so we divided that by negative 1, and then negative 21 minus 17 equals negative 38, and then we divided that by 1 also. And then we got positive 38. And to check if we're correct, we do 17 minus 38 equals negative 21. Okay, so for this one, we're going to do minus 35. And what we do on this side, we do on the other side. So then it's basically going to equal x. So, yeah, so then we divide it by negative 1. And then 10 minus 35 equals negative 25. And then we divide that by negative 1 as well. And then we are basically left with x. And then x equals to positive 25. And to check if we're correct, we are going to do 35 minus 25 equals 10. This one, I did the opposite of subtracting, which is adding, so I'm going to do plus 12. And what I do on the left side, I do on the right side, so I'm going to do plus 12 here as well. And then this is basically x, then 1x, and then we're going to do that divided by negative 1. And then here we get 8. And then we divide that by negative 1 as well. And then that would equal to x. X equals to negative 8. And to check if we are correct, we do negative 12. Negative. Sorry. Negative 12 plus 8 equals negative 4. So for this one, I did the opposite of subtracting, which is adding, so I did plus 42. And what I do on the left side, I do on the right side, so I did plus 42 as well here.
What is it?
And then I did, so the subtracting sign and the adding sign cancel each other. So now we're left with x, and then x equals to 3 plus 42, which is 45. And x equals to 45. And to see if we're correct, we do negative 42 plus 45, which is equal to 3.